call Alissa Finley.
Sorry, who's that?
Alissa Finley.
Make yourself comfortable, Miss Finley. You're still under oath.
Yes. Ms. Finley, you're the same Ms. Finley that testified earlier this week in trial. Is that correct? Or
Yes.
last week? I'm sorry.
Yes, I am.
Um, Tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury about your relationship or what you have observed with your parents since your brother has passed.
I know my mom, well, my entire family just hasn't been the same. My mother, she's different. She cries a lot. Most of the time she would call me. We try our best to comfort each other, but it's really hard because sometimes she calls me on a bad day where I'm low. For Bertram, I would describe him as just a shell, because it's like the light behind his eyes are off. He's not the same.
When you say he's not the same, his attitude and his demeanor's not the same?
Yes, he has always been like Botham, a bubbly type of person, and he's not that way anymore. Sometimes you speak with him and I don't even know if he hears.
And you currently live in New York, correct?
I do.
Has this caused you to go home and check on your parents more often?
I call them more often. Yeah, I make it my duty to call my mom or text her at least, every day, a few times a day, because I know that was always a concern for her with both of them to always have contact. So again, even though I'm low, I would still make it my duty to reach out to her, just so that she knows that I'm okay.
And how has this affected your younger brother, Brent?
Brent is another shell. He has always been a quiet person, but even now he's even more quiet. I know both him and we've had conversations about Brent, about bringing him out of his shell. When both of them visited Brent, my mom spoke of one time both of them went into his car and he called me crying like, "Oh, Brent doesn't want to do anything with me," and he felt like he let Brent down because he left. So they didn't get more of an opportunity to bond. So he was very emotional about that. So I don't know. I'm worried about Brent.
Tell the jury a little bit more about your relationship with both of your children. You have 3 boys, correct?
I have 3 boys.
And what are their ages?
14, 11, and 4.
And did they call him Uncle Bo?
They called him Botham. He tried to demand that they call him Uncle, but he was Botham.
How are they processing life without Botham?
When I told them what happened, it was the 7th. It was a Friday. They just went back to school. School started the 6th. in New York, and every Friday they have a half day. So when they got home, I made them sit down and I told them what happened. Jaden, he's a lot like Brant's an introvert. So he cried, but his way of coping is every time Botham came to New York, he would leave some item of clothing for Jaden. So Jaden would wear, even though it's way too big for him, he would still wear it. His hoodies, t-shirts, he would wear them. Jareem, he's 11. Jareem, now he is scared of police officers. One time I picked them up from school and he came running scared, and I was scared because I thought something was wrong with him, and he came into the car and like, what's going on? And he said he just saw a police officer, and that frightened him. Jordan, if he walks by a photograph of Botham, he would say, oh, there's Botham, because Botham always used to sing with him. Jordan likes to sing, even though he's 4, and Botham would always sing with him. So.
How often would Botham come to New York to visit you?
Anytime he got the opportunity, and it would be for the weirdest reasons. He always wanted a reason to come to New York because he loved New York. When I closed on my house, September 2017, that was a reason. So he came, and I spent his birthday with him. He would come for Christmas, Thanksgiving. Any holiday, we tried to spend it together.
And we heard your mom talk about how Botham thought he was the big brother.
Yes.
Would you say that you spoiled him?
I did. I think so. I would say I'm overprotective when it comes to my family, and Botham, I treated him like one of my boys, one of my children. So when he was attending Harding, he would call in the middle of the night for me to order a pizza for him and have it delivered to the dorm. So I would do it. If he wanted a new phone, he would call me. I'm like, fine, I will give it to him. So, yeah.
And in fact, he was on your cell phone plan until he got a real job?
For a while, up until it was, 2018, he tried to convince me to add him back to it.
But he was also very generous with you as well.
He really was. When I closed on my house and he came on his birthday, 2017, he asked me to take him to Best Buy, so I did. And it was for him to buy me a TV as a housewarming on his birthday.
And was Botham very active in his church here in Dallas?
He was. He was really active. He was the song leader. He always made it into a role in the church. So he was a song leader. When he would visit in New York, and if we sang a new song that he didn't know, he would record it and go teach it back to Dallas West Church of Christ. So he was very active in the church. He also taught the youth ministry that was on Wednesday nights. He started that as well.
May I post it with Michelle?
Yes.
I'm showing you what's been marked for identification purposes in State's Exhibit 336 and 337. Do you recognize the people in 336?
Yes.
Okay. And 337 contains videos in which I showed you earlier, correct?
Yes.
And those videos of Botham singing? Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And there's 336 and 337 to the bench for any objection.
No objection to 336 and 337.
They're both admitted.
Commissioner Botham?
Yes.
Alissa, when was this photo taken?
This was in December 2012.
And who's in this photo?
Myself, Brent, and Botham.
And this is Miss Allison's
3 children.
3 children.
Yes.
And Brent looks very young on this photo.
Yes.
Thank you. And this is State's Exhibit 337, titled Bow Singing No. And I'm gonna play Bow Singing 3. And so, those are the only 2 I'm gonna publish on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Alissa, I saw you put your head down.
Yes.
Are those hard to watch?
His voice.
It's hard to hear his voice.
Yes.
And when you hear his voice, what do you think? How does it make you feel?
That I want my brother back.
You can just hear that voice and talk to that voice. One last time.
Yeah. Like if I could just continue our conversation, our last conversation, just not let him hang up the phone.